Hi, if you've noticed anything different about me lately, it's probably the fact that I haven't been wearing makeup. If you've seen me around campus or on Snapchat or whatever, I've been doing something different, and that's my naked face. And I say naked because it's a really vulnerable thing. So I just wanted to make this video because I've talked to a few people in the past several days about why I've been doing this, and they felt good about it, and I was encouraged by some close friends to make this video to share with y'all. So, yeah, what had happened was a couple Sundays ago, I went to church and they were doing a fast, and it's a church I don't normally go to, but they were so excited about it, and people that I was with, people were really enthusiastic to just share in that community with each other and to glorify God in that and to spend that time to focus on Him. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do this too. And so I decided that I would participate. But because of extenuating circumstances, I decided that it would be wise if I got a little bit creative. And so through prayer and talking to some close friends, I decided that I would fast makeup. Hence my face for the past 10 days. The reason why I decided to fast makeup was because I've just felt really insecure lately. And I haven't felt this insecure about the way that I look for a really long time, but I've got a long history of identifying my worth with my beauty, and that's not right. That's not true. My identity is in Christ above all else, but sometimes it's easy to forget that because Satan really tries to attack us from all angles. And I know that's something that I will always have to guard my heart for. That's what Satan's always going to work at my heart to say, Taylor Ray, you're ugly, you're unworthy of love, and you're just unlovable because you're ugly. And those are the thoughts that I had in my head the first few days of this fast, and they're just not true. And so in 1 Peter 3:3-4, it says, your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. So, we know that we're created in God's image, and that alone makes us beautiful. But it's just easy to forget, especially when we live in a world that we're just constantly comparing ourselves to others, and comparison is just the root of all evil. And so I live on a beautiful campus with beautiful people, in a hall with beautiful girls, and this beautiful best friend, and everybody's beautiful, and you sit there and you compare yourself to them. But we should not be comparing our beauty to others. We should be comparing our hearts to Jesus because He is our example. So in 1 Samuel 16:7, it says, but the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So the first 2 days of this fast they were really hard for me, and I just really felt gross and awful. But a few days in, I was reading my Bible a lot. It was great. And I just still felt ugly. But one day I was getting ready for work, and I was sitting at my bathroom sink looking in the mirror, and I realized that it's not my job to be beautiful. Ephesians 2:10, I love this verse. It says, for we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. And makeup doesn't help me to do that. And so we're going to look really quick at Matthew 28, 19 through 20, which is the Great Commission. It says, therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age. My job is to be a student, to go to work and do my job, to be a life leader for awesome freshman girls, And you have your own job too, whether that means you're a student or you have a career or you're a stay-at-home mom or you're a parent or a volunteer. We have all these jobs. But if you live in Christ, our job above all else is to go out and serve the Great Commission. And like I said, the makeup doesn't help me to do that. Having eyeliner on my eyelids doesn't help me to close my eyes in prayer and worship. And having blush and bronzer on my cheeks doesn't help me to smile when I feel the joy of the Lord. And having lipstick on my lips doesn't help me to speak words of truth. So, you're so beautiful to God. And it's not because of the way that you look or how long your eyelashes are or your smile, but you should smile because of that, because God's love for you, God's love for me is not contingent on the way that we look or who we are, but it's whose we are. We are His. When God looks at us, He sees Himself. He doesn't see your blemishes or your wrinkles or your face at all. He looks at you and He sees Himself. He sees love. God can't love me any more or any less than He does right now. When He looks at us, He sees Himself. And that's what I've learned. I've learned it's not my job to be beautiful. It's my job to serve Him because He loves me and I want to love Him back in return. So, I hope this meant something to you. It's meant a lot to me. So my fast is over now, so I'm going to go put on some lipstick, but not because I need it, but because it shows how bold I am, and that is exactly the way God made me to be.